Okay, let's make a start. Good morning. Good morning. My name's Peter Livesey. I'm the founder of Esprit Digital. We're based in London. I'm here to assess the threat or otherwise of digital screens to print. Just a bit about our background. We've actually done the three most successful LCD networks in the world, which is London Underground, Heathrow Airport and Westfield. I'll show you some pictures of these later. We've been in the business for 25 years. It's all been about screens and screen integration. Now, in London recently, you'll start seeing that the billboards have all the best billboard sites have all been replaced with digital. All the main pinch points now have got these giant screens. They're making very, very good headway, get a lot of publicity. And to be honest, I think that's going to be the future in a lot of other cities. What isn't so obvious and so in your face is the LCD networks, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. So what's the argument for LCD versus print? Well, obviously there's the impact. You can get a big bang and a big set of creative with an LCD over a normal print poster. You can get it immediate. You can change the copy 24/7. And of course, you can day part, and you've got the flexibility of targeting. The other advantage is you can go up to a digital screen with full interactivity and have audience measurement, you can have engagement, you can have voucher redemption, you can have a number of different things that will collect the customer that's actually at the screen as well, which is becoming an absolute key to a successful network. Accountability, well, we know when the ads are delivered to the screens, we know when the content is delivered because we're getting the feedback 24/7. So we know that, you know, if it's been vandalized, if it's in a remote location, we know straight away. In terms of maintenance, we think it's much, much easier than it ever has been to maintain a digital screen. Literally, probably now in some of our best networks, we're not visiting more than once a month, twice a month at the absolute most, and that can be for a network of hundreds of screens. The revenue potential, well, that is where obviously there's a massive uplift. You've got could be advertising networks where if you replace posters with screens, you're talking on average of a 7 to 8 times uplift. And creativity, well, this is where I think it really scores. And I'm going to show you a couple examples now of some of the best new creatives that I've seen. This was just done in Stockholm. Have a look at this. A really, really interesting application. Simple, effective, eye-catching, engaging. Another one was just done recently with Pepsi. They took over a bus shelter in Oxford Street. Have a look at this. This is scary.
Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, the moment of sign. To all the squares that ask around, be getting it. My skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I think I got that one. Tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing.
I'm telling you, this is how it works, man. There's a little camera right here.
This is very, very easy to achieve. It's going to come more and more mainstream. You're going to start seeing it literally on a lot more of the creative executions, particularly for the ad agencies and the big brands. Now, what are the key verticals? Well, these aren't always obvious. The digital out of home is the most obvious one. You've seen it all in malls, metros and airports and street furniture. That has now been around for what, probably 10, 12 years. The type of products that we put into those are things like the digital escalator panels, the lift panels, walkways, and all the posters and pods that you've seen in some of the videos. What's less obvious and what is potentially even bigger application are things like point of sale. I'll show you some things in a minute about some of the new point of sale applications. They're really, really exciting with video walls, pods and kiosks. And likewise with point of information. Nothing to do with advertising at all. It's literally just pods and kiosks for giving out information and for getting information back from people. Now, where are the LCD networks? Well, we've talked about mass transit, and here are some of the examples. 10 years ago, we launched London Underground. It was the first network of its kind in the world. We did it at Tottenham Court Road Station as a pilot. It had nearly 70 screens on the walls, and it had some fierce creativity going in there with Rocky running up one side of the escalator, turning around at the top and running down the other side of the escalator. It got everyone really buzzed. It made the front page of Media Week. Thank you very much. And it won the Campaign Outdoor Innovation of the Year award. So it was really a major lift for digital outdoors in the day. Since then, it's now gone into, 3 other cities with a fourth coming online next week. So we're in Oslo, Vienna went live this week, which is this one down here. There's 4 escalator runs there, and there's 3 stations being done. And next week we'll be starting out in Prague. Same technology, which is a fully integrated solution with managed cooling and filtration. It's being used throughout Heathrow Airport for HEX. This installation, unbelievably, is nearly 5 years old now. It's not just the walkways, it's 78 lifts around the complex. So as soon as you get off the train in any of the terminals, you have to see the campaign. And then obviously in the main areas of lounges, we've done in the concourses, we've done all sorts of varieties of pods in different shapes and sizes. This is called the iLight. It's a particularly nice one. It's in about 150 locations now in UK airports, and it's kind of the standard iPhone lookalike in a 70-inch screen. Done some baggage pods as well, and I was coming through Munich airport yesterday, and the comparison was unbelievable. They've got a few very small TVs with the backs open. It's not even a managed solution. There's no casing or anything. Whereas in England, what we've done is a fully integrated solution with backlit Duratrans on each side, double-sided 84-inch screens. Retail. This is the up-and-coming area. Mass transit, as I say, has been around for a long time, and most of the big tenders that are going out now will all have digital included in them. In retail, it's been slightly different, mainly due to the decision chain and the amount of capex involved. Now, with the screen prices falling, you're starting to see installations like this. We've just done the Virgin estate in the UK. There's about 100 shops. We've done all manner of screens. They've gone screen crazy, frankly. They've got multi-touch video walls using our new touchscreen foil, where the shop assistant can come and walk you through the options, or you can do it yourself and not even be bothered with the shop assistant and actually order from the screens. We've got ceilings. We've done recently all of their windows. So there's 2 high bright using a 2000 nit screen gone into all their windows now, and this is what it looks like. literally transform a poster shop front into a fully interactive digital experience. So easy. Each team was able to do 3 shops in a night. The day retail changed the game. I really think that's got legs, because at least 10 of the top retailers in the UK are trialling this technology now, and I think globally that's got a very, very good application. Some of the other bit more wacky stuff we're doing for Virgin is in their lounges. We're doing some abstract video walls, which again, they look completely integrated when you go in there. They spent a fortune on this upper class lounge. You can see you get 2 plane seats, and the content is as if you're on the aeroplane, and Branson comes by on his balloon, and it all looks very realistic, to be honest, and it's a nice funky application. One thing I wanted to talk to you about is Full Outdoor. Full Outdoor has started about a year or so ago. We started high-brighting the screens from behind. In 2007, we started experimenting with LEDs behind the LCDs, so literally making them ridiculously bright. But because it was so expensive to do, it didn't gain any traction. Now, in the last year, all the major manufacturers are bringing out high bright panels that will stand up to direct sunlight, and we're starting to integrate them for a variety of customers in a variety of countries. The M&S one on the top left is now in, I think it's 15 branches of BP in Amsterdam, and in the top right there, they're in the Shell garages in Wales, and you'll see some of the new applications at point of sale again, where you go up to the screens. This one's for Amscreen. They've got about 7,000 locations with 19 and 23-inch screens, and they're starting again to get a lot of traction with a lot of different types of advertisers, particularly people like Garmin, who have taken it on in a big way. Malls, leisure complex and sports stadium, again, they've been into the game for a long time. Some of the new stuff, though, is pretty impressive. We did Westfield about 3 years ago, and some of the screens there are the largest LCD video walls in the world. They really make a huge difference to the centres. This centre in Stratford City got worldwide publicity because it was the first one to have no paper whatsoever in there. So everything was done on digital screens. So the minute you walk in, you had digital wayfinding to all of your instructions as you go around the centre. The whole thing is in screens, and we've now got up to 660 screens throughout the centre. Again, in Full Outdoor, we've got some new formats. One on the left is a wall-mounted one, and the price of this 2 years ago probably would have been in the €15,000 range, whereas now it's probably about 8,000 or 9,000 euros, and you get, as I say, full outdoor, fully weatherproof casing with a 55-inch high bright screen. This is the new Commonwealth Games Stadium in Glasgow. I was up there last week. It's really impressive. We've got these totems going all the way around the stadium. And the reason this is of interest is because for the first time we've got a major architect in Sir Norman Foster actually designing digital pods. And this, I think, is a key breakthrough, that someone would spend the money on someone like him to design something as functional as a totem. Office buildings, this is a new thing. There's a few channels around the world that have screens in offices, and you'll start seeing them cropping up more and more because advertisers like them. You go into the office and there's a marketing and information opportunity. So why not just install a TV? Well, you can. There's no doubt about it. You can install a TV, put one up. It's not very expensive to do, but the TV is only built to work 8 hours a day. It will not work in a commercial environment long term. If you're running it 18 hours a day, 24 hours a day, a TV will die very, very quickly. You need a commercial grade panel. It has no built-in cooling system. So what we would put in is either a fan system or our Ice Plus system, or we'd put in air conditioning if it has to go fully outdoors in a like a desert environment. There's no managed cable system, so it looks horrible. You put a TV up like some of the ones I saw in the airport, there's wires sticking out all over the place. It just doesn't do the brand any good. It's more likely to be vandalised or stolen because people think, oh, there's a TV up there, I'll take it. Whereas if you've got a built-in, fully integrated solution, we haven't had any vandalised. Obviously, the brand image is everything, and it may even harm your customer experience. Next is the case for an integrated solution. Why buy an integrated solution? Well, they last for 5 years at minimum. I mean, the London Underground ones are now 8 years old. They're running 3 years out of warranty. There's 2,000 of them, and they're still running as good as new. So what does that mean for your whole of life costs? Well, I mean, obviously it's vastly reduced, because if you know you've got something that's going to work reliably for 5 years as a minimum, you know exactly what it's going to cost you, over time. Built-in player, all the arguments against. We can prove the content delivered, we can build in the cabling, the synchronicity I've explained as you go up, for instance, between the screens on an escalator or a walkway, or even in a pod environment, you can have all the screens talking to each other, and you can have a synchronized advert, and it looks really, really much more impressive. Okay, so what's the future for LCD? Well, we've all seen Minority Report, and if you haven't, it's certainly worth a look. Tom Cruise is 10 years ago busy waving his arms, and all sorts of holograms were happening and making things happen. LCDs are going to get bigger, no doubt about it. At the moment, a full outdoor in a 72-inch panel is really the biggest that we're going at the moment, but I know about screen sizes that are coming out that are much, much bigger than that over the next couple of years. They're going to be a lot brighter. At the moment, 2,000 to 2,500 nits is the industry standard for full sunlight, but they're going to get brighter for the same amount of money. They're going to be lower power, obviously, for the green footprint, and they're going to be a lot cheaper, and this is going to be the key feature I'm going to come on to. New features that you might have heard about: glasses-free 3D, augmented reality, multi-view, where you're all watching one screen, but you're watching different things on the same screen. Curved, there's now a whole range of Samsung curved TVs that are really smart. And textured touch, well, that's a brand new one where basically you go up to it and it's a slightly different experience to the normal touch screen. So what's the marketplace like? Well, just in the out-of-home revenues, you can see it's quite a regional bias there, with America and China doing in the 2 billion range last year, according to Kinetic. And look where we all are. We're nowhere. That's where the opportunity lies for me. So, what are my conclusions? Well, missed it. My conclusions are that digital screen revolution is upon us. I don't think it can be doubted. I mean, the revenue increased by 79% in the last year alone. It's now 12.8% of the total out-of-home market, and this is predicted to double by 2016. The point of sale market could even be a lot bigger, as well as info kiosks and digital wayfinding. These are really untapped markets. We're just scratching the surface at the moment because the unit costs have been too high. They're coming down now, and with these increased economies of scale between the majors, between people like Samsung, LG, Sharp, AUO, there's going to be some price wars, and we're going to be the beneficiaries because things are going to be a lot more accessible. The ROI is going to be a lot less, and people are going to want to buy into them. But the customers are unsure who to buy from. They don't know. It's a jungle. Where do you go if you want a digital screen network? You click online, you're bombarded, you've got no idea where to go. Do you go to your screen maker? Do you go to your IT partner? Do you go to your installation guys? Who do you go to? So your client relationships, I think, here are going to be absolutely crucial. You've already got the relationship. You need to leverage that relationship. So what is going to be key is the technology partners you choose. digital screen networks, a problem or an opportunity? For me, it's a massive opportunity. Thank you. Any questions? All clear. Thank you for your time.